I'm going to speak to one of the casualties from the weekend. He's from the Greater Accra region, a 3-term MP. The Honorable Christian Otute is NDC MP for Sege. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mario, and thank you for my listeners.
What happened?
Nothing happened. It was election which took place.
And it didn't go the way you expected, obviously.
Obviously, it did not go.
Did you do any postmortem? Is there any thinking as to what may have caused what happened?
Well, naturally, just as I removed somebody, I think people also felt I must also go. But looking at the way the election was conducted, it was free and fair election to my own imagination. But the election was not started early enough due to lack of some reasons. For some reasons due to EC, which I know was also a very bad one because people had to gather, and by 9 to something, after 9 something, people were ready and they were not getting the UC people to conduct the election. So as a result, I know a lot of things were going on which did not help. But on the whole, I feel it was free and fair election. So I cannot attribute the blame to any other thing than I lost the election due to what I did. I thought I've done my best, but it wasn't the best.
So you believe the election was credible?
It was.
Have you congratulated the person who defeated you?
I did, and I did yesterday, and I also wrote a strong message asking my supporters to disregard the so-called 230 camp or team, and also now support everyone together with me, GM and the PC elect. So that message was also sent today to all platforms, the consensus executive platforms, the delegate platforms, and the whole consensus as a whole, to really know that I'm ever ready to support for the sake of the party. Even though if I have to look back, I shouldn't be ready to back for the sake of the party. I'm ready, and I can't wait for NDC to come to power with the MP from Sege, John Mahama, as the president.
You've done 3 terms. Have you taken stock of what you've done, and which means that you were in power 1 time NDC 1 term and then 2 terms MPP? Are there things you thought you did wrong?
Well, I've not done 3 terms yet, but I will be doing 3 terms by the end of 2024. And at the same time, in the first term of Mahama, I have a lot of projects. You know, our constituency is one of the constituencies which will be like a virgin constituency. We were taken from Adan without anything, police station, without court, without assembly hall. When we started, if you should know where the whole district started as assembly hall, today is being used as National Health Insurance Office. National, that is 2 or 3 rooms. But today, as we speak, in the first term of John Mahama, I was able to bring through this administration a full assembly complex, education directorate, ICT center, police station, court, etc., etc. These are few of the major things by the roadside in the district, which if you move on the street, you just see them. You don't need to enter communities looking out for, and thousands of others. So for project, which is concerning infrastructure, I've done a lot when it comes to schools, chief compounds, trainings, lobbying for projects like U-Block. I lobby for one through Mahama, but unfortunately, it's still the first floor is even not yet done. When it comes to polyclinic, through Mahama, we brought one. Now we are now also doing district hospital and others. In fact, the infrastructure is so massive for the fact that we came to a place where we were not having anything. So I really, really concentrated on education and health more. So I've done my best. But, human beings as it is, they always like a change after by appointed time. So I'm not bothered at all. Of course, I've done what I should do, and I know I won't be there forever. So I wasn't expecting I would be going at that point in time, but then it's still an NDC person who's coming, so I'm okay. I'm ready to do what I should do to support the party. And I know the party is successful. I also get my fair share of the cake in another form.
Did money play a part or a role in your elections this weekend?
Obviously, money may play, but I know it's not only money. So many other factors to be looking at. Money could be one of the several factors, but it cannot be entirely the major factor.
Delegates were given money.
Obviously, delegates must be transported. Obviously, delegates must be fed. So somebody will decide not to give you money to somebody will decide not to buy you food, but give you money for food. So all those things will definitely take place, which is not for the first time we are having that. So money, as I said, definitely involving transportation, feeding, and some other perspective things will come in. But that will not be the decider of the winner. The winner will be chosen by the choice of the people based on what they think he can do for them.
You do not think that the votes were bought?
No, the votes were not bought. I was there, and I can tell you, votes were not bought. It was, I'll admit that it was probably through his hardware. That's all.
Could it be that you were busy in Parliament and your opponent was busy working on the ground? Have you done any attribution to what happened?
Obviously, because the whole of this, less than 1.5 years now, we couldn't get enough time. But on the other hand, what about my colleagues who won, if I should say that? So I don't have to attribute that to being busy in Parliament. And what about the large number of others who won?
All right. Now, moving forward, Dangbeland is an area that the NPP has never been successful in, save what happened in Upper Manya. The closest NPP did so well in any constituency in Dangbeland was Sege, and this was when Agohom was in the run. You have replaced Wallace Bojabayate. You've done 3 terms. The votes that Agohom got at the time that I'm doing this analysis for show that, I mean, I don't know whether it was his person or it was a party. And mind you, he's the regional chairman of the New Patriotic Party now. Now that you have been removed, a strong pillar who has defeated Christian Agohom and Divine Agohom a number of times, do you think it opens the chances of the NPP in penetrating Dangbeland through Sege?
Well, it is a very big desire of the NPP to do so, but we are not ready to give that seat out. Even though I'm not the candidate, I'm still in the constituency, and the rules, the strategies, and whatever we do or have done in the past to win, I will assist. I know they always eye that seat with. It's an enviable seat for them because when they weigh all around, they saw that is a seat which can easily be won due to a lot of reasons. A lot of reasons, because Ago, as we speak, was a businessman and is still a businessman. I contested him 2 times consecutively, and I beat him. And one thing which helped him a lot, at the time I was contesting him, he was going unopposed. And one of the good things of going unopposed is that, as soon as you ended it with unopposed, there's too much trouble in the party. The party there's so much cohesion in the party. They say that you move together with one front. But when you move with when you have elections, there's always problem. So the 2 consecutive times he had gone all unopposed. So it helped him a lot. Meanwhile, I was being contested. So after primaries, you had to bring people together. People will not be willing, and you still go on and end it like that. This time around is the same. We don't know whether they are going to. He's not the one coming. But I can assure you, whoever comes, as long as I'm concerned, to make sure that seat is reserved. And we are going to reverse the pattern or the trend of the vote coming down due to some factors which we have discovered. I mean, in other words, things are going to be improved.
I see.
To some.
You do not see that seat being lost to the MPP. Okay. On your personal level, are you going to retire, or you would make another attempt to return into Parliament through that constituency?
You mean in the next 4 years to come?
Yes.
So I don't think I'm going to do that. But even that is too early. I think it's too early to tell you I will retire or I will not buy. Even though I don't intend to buy, it's still too early.
But are you ready to get out of Parliament yet? What I mean is that, have you prepared for this possibility when you were going to the polls Saturday morning?
I've not prepared and I have no choice. And I'm not the first person. As you said, we have about 17 now. And every year we have a number of them. You just have to manage it and manage your life with it.
It brings a bigger question of the lack of preparedness. Many of your colleagues who left Parliament abruptly are struggling. Some are, in fact, the man you took over is not doing that well himself. A number of other MPs that we know are not doing that well since they left the house. Have you invested money so that when you leave, even if it was an unexpected departure like you're doing now, you have something to rely on?
Well, God will take care of me. This is my answer to all that.
God will take care of you, but your investments would be the cushion that, or the vehicle that God would use. And I'm speaking generally as MPs now. These things, when you were driving to the polling station on Saturday morning, I'm sure you expected you were going to win and go 2024 and win because it's a safe seat.
That was it.
And things have just been thrown off gear. Mentally, are you prepared?
Well, no matter what, as a man, life, there's life, there's hope. I wasn't prepared to exit at that point in time. But I can tell you that there's life, there's hope. My party will come to power, and I will still have to work hard for the party to also continue in another form. It's not only MP you become, as it is, as you have put it. It is just unfortunate that you are exiting at the time you did not prepare. And this is one of the things that they must look at and also prepare some kind of program and means for MPs who could come out unpreparedly like that, so that become a bit better. Like you have observed, a number of MPs struggle after they have done this voluntary work to their constituents, for that matter, Ghana. And everybody is for himself after the parliament you have existed. So I wish something else must be done, not only at my time now, but something must be done for the future. Even if we can go back to take care of the back, those who had earlier on exited, so that would be very nice. So the observation is quite good, and it's something which is worth working on in the near future to help sustain the plight of some of these MPs who could exit.
The ex gratia that will be paid to you in 2025, would that not be enough?
But this ex gratia, how much is it? You have no idea. People talk about it, but when you get to know, it is something which nobody can rely on. Nobody can take his life on. I don't even have an idea what it will be.
But the figure is huge based on what we've heard in the past.
It's a mistake. What they call ex gratia, from, if you allow me to educate you, I will tell you what they come to mention to you as an ex gratia for MPs is totally wrong. That includes a lot of different money, sometimes salary arrears, sometimes some other form of money which the government could not pay on time. By the time you are exiting, they have to pay you also. They accumulate all those monies and they call it ex gratia. But in actual fact, the ex gratia is something tiny. But your salary arrears, which could not be paid like 2 years, increments, not just salary arrears, but there have been increments that must be added to your salary, but they don't do it.
But all of this would be a lump sum money that will be given to you at the end of the...
Yeah, but at the time you are not giving that, how do you survive? You took money from somewhere to take care of yourself and your constituents. Before, when that comes, it goes back. It is being put together to come. But in the absence of the time that is coming, you sit down, you have to get life moving on. So you pick money from somewhere. So when you get it, it has to go back to the place where you are picking it from.
Finally, now that this reality has dawned in, I do not think you plan to run as an independent candidate. You have not given an indication yet. So, what are you going to do with your life? Perhaps you venture into watermelon farming. Is a big business in your district and constituency.
Of course, I'm still planning in a few 1.5 years to come. And by the time I exit finally, I will clearly define my life ahead.
What's your profession, sir?
I used to be a lecturer at NIPA.
Do you want to go back to the classroom?
I don't know. It will depend on the time I exit or when I get closer to the exiting point. And now I'm quite some distance away from the exiting point. So when I get closer, I'll get to know better.
Wish you all the best and thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you also for your concerns of those of us who have come to that end of bad luck. We are grateful for your concern.
No, don't see it as bad luck. Maybe see it as good luck in one way. Maybe you never know.
One or
This
the other.
this will be
Yes,
another
of course.
opportunity that will open up.
All right, thank you. It's another way of getting a better opportunity. So thank you for your concern for those of us who are affected with this.
You know what? I should just give you the next 30 seconds to say thank you to the people of Sege in Dangbe.
Well, my people, you Sege key 9 class in the we are all moving together. What and then what choose our Maya. Then you can be known say nine is amiable same amount of head of us on you know no could be we are all voting together for John Mahama and then TCBC. They were my win for sure. It should me manager.
Manager Mohu, all the best. That's the. Thank you so much. That's MP for Sege Christian Otute, one of the 17 NDC MPs who lost the primaries over the weekend.